Hi everyone, my name is Richard. So today I'm going to be demoing a new feature which we have just recently implemented on the AI Examiner tool. And this feature is called Advanced Preferences. But before I do that, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who has been sharing the application with their family and friends who are studying for an exam or in school. We recently just hit 100 users, and I just want to say thank you. Right, so let's dive into this new feature. So this new feature is called Advanced Preferences. And what this does is it allows you to generate questions from certain areas within a document, right? So previously, the AI would randomly generate questions from different areas that the document covers. So let's say you're studying for a physics exam, right? And the document you have teaches on electromagnetism, forces, power, resistance, right? But let's say you've only studied power and resistance, and typically you would want to focus your study in those areas, right, to test yourself. Right. So now advanced preferences allows you to focus to generate questions that only comes from those areas, thereby streamlining your focus to those areas. So I'm going to do a quick demo. So I'm just going to say expert systems, and I'm going to upload a document that teaches on expert systems. And again, this typically takes 30 seconds to a minute to upload, right? No, or lesser actually. It takes lesser than that to upload. This should be done now, right? So we'll just leave it at 5 questions, and this is the feature. It's called Advanced Preferences. So this, when I turn this on, is going to try to generate focus areas. So that's what it's called. It's called focus areas, right? It allows you to basically say, hey, you know what? I want to focus on these particular areas in the document. So these are the only areas where I need questions from. Um, Basically. And then in addition to this, one thing you will notice is also that the quality of questions has been improved on, right? So if you were using this app previously and you test it out again and you try to generate questions now, you would notice that the questions are better, right? So this is done. So right now, if I expand this, I'll see the different areas that this document teaches about, right? And then we can just go ahead and say, hey, you know what? I want questions from the history of expert systems. I want questions from the features of expert systems and the inference engine, right? So it's going to generate 5 questions, but those 5 questions are going to be focused on these areas that document teaches on, right? And I can go ahead and say generate questions. So again, this is the process that takes about 30 seconds to a minute. But again, it's largely dependent on the size of the document and the number of questions that you want to generate. We're currently keeping it at 5, so this can go faster and generate the questions. But however, in real life use cases, you might want to generate more questions. So currently, we have a cap of about 25 questions that you can generate. So these are done right now, and we can see the questions that have been generated, right? And you can see that this says, which system was the first expert system developed by Feinbaum and whatnot at Stanford University. So this is basically asking you about, this is a question on the history of expert systems. And you can see that the questions have actually been streamlined to those areas. And you can see what is the role of the inference engine in an expert system. So the questions have basically been streamlined to those areas, right? And if I go back, okay, I'll just randomly pick the answers. Again, please do not judge me by my score. I'm randomly picking. I'm not actually reading or um the questions or trying to get the right answers. But yeah, 20%. And you can see the actual answers again with the explanations. So this is the correct answer. I picked knowledge engineer, and that's the wrong answer. And you can see that it's the wrong answer highlighted in red. So when I go back right here, I will see the question that I just generated. I'll see my recent grade, and I'll see, if I expand this, I'll see the areas where the questions were generated from, which is the history of the expert system, the features of the expert systems, and the inference engine. So now you can streamline your study to not just be generalized within a document, but to come from specific places within that document. Yeah, so that's the feature. And as the week goes by, we'll be rolling out new and exciting features. So please stay tuned and just keep watching out for these. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you very much.